I think it is. So hello marvelous people. So today's video is my curly hair routine. Specifically how I style my curly hair after I come out the shower. And so this isn't a beauty channel, but styling curly hair isn't even like an extra beauty type of thing. This is an essential. It becomes part of your lifestyle. It elevates you to a new level once you actually know how to deal with your curly hair. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So I just got out of the shower. I honestly don't care that much about the shampoo and conditioner I use. I do care obviously, but I care more about the leave-ins that I put in. An important thing for me though is that I sweat a lot and then I have thick hair, so it's really easy for my like scalp to dry up and for dandruff to come. So I exfoliate my scalp a lot. And this is like the best best product I've used honestly in a while. Is this gonna focus? Alright bro, I don't know. It is Christophe Robin Scrub. Okay, yeah, it's Christophe Robin Scrub. It's basically just a sea salt scrub. And so I do this before I shampoo my hair. I'll put like a tablespoon amount and I'll like scrub it up, dub it on my whole scalp. It's kind of a workout honestly to do this scrub and then to put shampoo in. But it's really good. Not only that, I feel like it cleans my scalp and it also like frees up my curls more, if that makes sense. Like everything is just lighter from my roots to my ends, and I feel like it helps my hair stay lighter once I put all other products in it. And then for shampoo and conditioner, recently I've been using this brand. I feel like now it focused. I don't know. OGX. The line is Quenching Coconut Curls. Okay guys, after looking this up, I found out that they kind of only sell it in this region, the Middle Eastern region, because I didn't find it on American Amazon. Got this for me, and it's called Quenching Coconut Curls. Like, I'm a consumer and this really bought me because like I want my curls to be quenching and coconutty. So I got it, and it's pretty good and it's pretty affordable. You could find these in supermarkets. So this is what I've been using, and I also use Deva curl shampoo and conditioner, but they don't sell it in Dubai, so I'm using this right now. And honestly, I might just keep using this. I like this a lot. Now that that's out the way, once I get out the shower, I do not put my hair in a towel because putting your hair in a towel encourages frizz once it's dry. The next product I put in after I wait for my hair to dry for a bit is this scalp ointment. So the brand is Briogeo. I don't know. Anyway, this is it. It is Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. So this stuff is really good. This you can't find in a drugstore. I got it from Sephora. I don't remember it being that expensive, but I'll put the link below. So I basically do this every single time. Oh wow, I just saw that it says shake well and I never used to shake it. Anyway, I put this on every single time I come out the shower. Really good for dry scalps and for oily scalps. It just exfoliates your scalp and I really like it. So, okay, so basically what I'll do is I'll put 1 to 2 drops on the top of my head and I'll rub that into my scalp, and then I'll do 1 to 2 drops on the back of my head, and then I'll also massage that all in, and I'll keep massaging that in until I feel that it's well distributed across my whole head. This scrub and this ointment together makes my scalp feel so fresh and like completely clean. It's really great and I highly recommend it. So right now with leave-in creams, I'm using this Moroccan oil curl defining cream. This you can't find in drugstores or supermarkets. I think they sell them in Sephora. I like this product. I think it's more expensive than drugstore products, but I also think that it doesn't work that much better. But this is just what I have access to right now. So I'll use this, and if I use this product, it's a thinner product, so I'll use more of it, which I'll show you now. Or if I use a product like the Shea Moisture products, this one is the coconut and hibiscus curl and style milk with silk protein and neem oil. So basically, Shea Moisture or Shea Moisture, they have thicker leave-ins and then they have lighter ones. And so if you have thicker and more hair, then you want to use the thicker product, obviously, because it holds your hair together more. If you have thinner hair, you want to use the lighter product. But I have also found, like, I bought the thicker product and I'm still able to use it, and it turns out great if I put less product in my hands and use less product on my hair in general. Like, as opposed to brushing every single strand with product in it, I'll just scrunch the product into my hair and make sure it's evenly distributed. I'm not going to use this today. I'm going to use this. This product is cheaper. This product is more expensive. But I also use sometimes the Deva Curl Coconut Defining Cream, which I'll put in the link below, in the description below. So the first thing I do is I make sure my hair is damp, not soaking wet, but damp enough that it's going to absorb all the product. And then I'll split my hair into 2 parts, and I will usually split it again and end up putting my hair into 8 separate sections to work the product into. Okay, so now I want to start putting the product in. I'll put like a huge dollop of product like I just showed you on each segment of hair, because like I said, this product is a lighter product, so my hair can withstand more product. And I'll work it in from the tips upwards, and I don't want to put it really close to my scalp because then it just will end up accumulating close to my head. And then I'll work it in, and after I work it in, I will brush it through, and I always want to brush upwards away from my scalp to encourage volume. As you could see by that little bump created, that's the volume that you want. And then once I brush it through, I'll scrunch it to let the curls hold in place. So I will continue to do the exact same thing on every single segment of hair, putting a hefty amount of product in my hands, working it from the tips upwards, and then brushing it through away from my head and scrunching up the curls. Make sure when you're doing this not to run your fingers through, because that just breaks the curls that you just tried to encourage to form. So just keep scrunching it up like this. And I'll do the other side. I'll do exactly the same thing. Quick note, when you go to the other side, I just always make sure that I re-dampen my hair in case it dried out more than the first side I started with. And then also I want to make sure that when I do the back of my head that I'm just still putting a good amount of product on the back of my head, because I feel like we tend to avoid the segments of hair at the back, which honestly get the frizziest the fastest. So now we're done putting the leave-in cream in. But we're not done yet. So I like to use a gel to solidify the curls that I just basically scrunched into my hair, or I like to use a mousse after I'm done. So the gel that I like to use, because my hair isn't that thick, it's not extremely thick, then I like to use the Deva Curl Light Defining gel. And so this gel isn't like the gels that you would imagine that would crust up and make your hair disgusting and make your hair heavy. It's just a gel that encourages your hair to stay in place. So I'll either use something like this, or I will use a mousse. Honestly, my mom gave me this mousse. I really like it. It's just a L'Oreal Bodybuilder Weightless Mousse for body and definition. I'll put the link below too. I guess today I will use the mousse. I usually do either, depending on my mood. But if I were to use the gel, you just want to put a bit in your fingertips and scrunch it in, and you don't want to put too much, because if you put too much of this, it will end up crunching. You basically will do the same technique for the gel as you will for the mousse. So I'm just going to show you how to do it with the mousse. So first I shake it up, do a little dollop. So once I put a little amount of mousse, I'll scrunch it into my hair from the tips to the top. I'll usually start from the back of my head and I'll scrunch it all in, and then I will put a bit more and do it on the fronts of my head on the right side, and then I'll also put some in on the left side. And I basically keep scrunching until the white stuff goes away. But be careful not to use too much product, because then it'll just end up weighing your hair down, obviously. So once I put my leave-in cream and my mousse or gel in, I will go diffuse my hair. So I have a large comment about diffusing my hair versus letting it air dry. I have been letting my hair air dry for the longest time, just because I never bothered to actually diffuse my hair. And recently I started diffusing it, and it was the best decision I ever made, just because with all the product that you put in your hair to help give your hair volume, if you let it air dry, first, the top of your hair dries before the bottom, meaning when the bottom doesn't dry and the top does, then your hair is flat because the top weighs down. Secondly, the product weighs your hair down even more. So your hair will basically dry the same way that it looks right now, just flat and not that cute. So I highly recommend diffusing your hair. I honestly haven't bought my own diffuser yet, so I don't have a highly recommended diffuser to put in the link in the description box, but I know Deva Curl has a really cool diffuser and I might get that one. I will tell you what I'm thinking of buying, and I'll put them in the description box below. But let's go diffuse my hair and see how it turns out. Alrighty, so the diffuser I'm using right now is a Bronze Satin Hair 5. I'm pretty sure this is really old, and I'm going to buy a new one. But it is what it is. So okay, so when I start diffusing, I put it on the highest power and the highest heat because I feel like that way my hair dries the fastest. And I always start by flipping my head over and doing the curls at the bottom so that they're dry first, and then I work my way to the top, because you always want to make sure the curls at the bottom are dry, because that way you're going to achieve the most volume possible. And once I do that, I'll flip my hair over and do the fronts. And as you could see, I basically like work the diffuser from the tips to the top. And like, I'm not really that scared to get it too close to my scalp, just because you want to dry the hair all the way to the root. And this process will basically take me like 10 to 15 minutes. Like, I want to do it until my hair is completely dry from the bottom to the top. So once I'm done diffusing my hair, I want to flip it over and basically work my hands through it to get all the crunchiness out in case there's any crunch. And then I want to put my hands at the root of my hair and kind of just fluff it all out to make sure that the curls aren't too tightly bound together and they're free enough so that I could achieve the most volume possible. Okay, so that is it. And I really like the amount of volume that I achieve using a diffuser. Once again, this video was important for me to make because learning how to style my curls honestly boosted self-confidence, and it's good to understand how to properly deal with things on your body instead of that sounded weird. But instead of heat damaging your hair and straightening it, knowing that like, you have curls, some people will never have curls, so flaunt them. You know what I'm saying? So if you like this video, please like and please subscribe. Comment below if you use any of the products I use. If you have any comments, any questions, I want to hear them. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.